Hello again, welcome back to Asgard, and welcome back to All the Mods 6. So since the last episode, I have been working around the base, doing a bit of building, and getting some things set up. I've started digging out the road here, about to start on a lot of infrastructure work. And I've also been working on a little something that I had been wanting to get up and going for a bit. So I've been doing some work on that. It's not for this series, it's for something else, but you guys will know what that is fairly soon. But anyways, I have been working over here a bit. You can see I ended up making these 4 tall. If we pop up, you can see the tops, just soul soil up there. And then I've got some mana pylons because they look nice. But I've been working on this area. Spent a bit of time on the front. And these are just frame trap doors, by the way, but I didn't want these just kind of hanging there. You know, I wanted it to look like there was pillars. So I brought those out. The smelting system has been working great because I did a bit of mining between episodes, and it's nice being able to come back, dump everything in the drawers, and then everything else just dump into the manual input for now. If we step on inside, you can see that a lot has been done to this. Now, all of these aren't plugged up. I think the towers are at this point fully plugged up. But the interior is not, so just a heads up that these are not running just yet. Because I've got to get, I want to do some XNet automation before I do that, because it's a lot of connectors that I'm going to need. But you can see that we basically have these long rows of runestones. You can see I did expand this out to 5 wide on both of these floors. So this has been brought out for more storage because it just wasn't enough before. But basically just rune forges. They're super cheap, right? They're barely even more than a furnace. So, all really, really cheap to make. Now this glass up here, this is the black mosaic glass from Macaw's windows. I started playing with some of the Macaw window glasses. They are kind of nice. The panes are a little bit weird. We'll talk about that here in just a minute. But anyways, like I had said, it was just going to be a big, long building with rune forges for lots and lots of smelting, and then we have these supports that go up. Now down here there's a couple areas that are going to kind of branch off. This is for something else, not going to be for rune forges, but I haven't built that yet. So also the back end of this I haven't gotten it done yet, but I did spend a lot of time on this, like a whole lot. And the top I haven't totally finished that as well. But I ran some frame lattices down through here because I wanted some kind of a wood texture. I do plan on adding just a little bit more, so it's not so much just stone, but we'll get to that, of course. Now, if we pop up top, you can see the design of this. Right now, it's mostly just framed blocks. Now, I know that most of our blocks, we can make stairs with those blocks, and I used to make stairs and slabs and all that, but I'm getting to where it's just easier because I can mass produce all the stone, and we have pretty much infinite wood at this point, plus I can make wood if I need to. But it's really just gotten, it's gotten a whole lot easier just to make framed blocks and just run those, and then I put the blocks in because it's less like junk that I have to carry around, because I can just make up frame stairs, frame slabs, and frame little bits and bobs, things, and then just kind of run it out, and then start adding the blocks to add the the different textures and stuff. So that's why I'm doing that. Now, if we pop down over here on the side, the other side I've built the stairs, but I haven't actually built anything else. But if we come up, we have the start of a structure over here, which we're going to be doing a little bit with today. And you'll also notice that there are some cables that run over from here to there. So, but we're going to start getting into that today. Now, in retrospect, as I was working on this, of course, I was like a good ways through. But I regretted not doing this as sort of a build episode. However, because originally it wasn't going to be quite as much as I've put into it. And then I was like halfway done. I hadn't been recording it, so I was like, well, it's too late now. But on that note, there's going to be something kind of starting up here soon that I think will fill that gap for kind of building episodes. So. But anyways, if we pop over to this side of the base, we have a little bit of stuff over here that I have begun setting up. We're going to get to this today, but you can see a couple fluid storage blocks and an ender sail right over here. This is the mosaic panes that I was talking about. These are green. Now, something worth noting is if you place these mosaic panes down, for example, we grab one of these, you'll notice that they don't actually have to connect to anything to do a full pane. So I actually quite like that. I mean, there's some situations where maybe you just want a half pane, but generally having a pane that doesn't have to connect to stuff, it's actually quite nice. So anyways, we're going to go ahead and jump into what we're going to be doing today, which of course is going to be continuing with some industrial foregoing, moving into the mob slaughter factory and whatnot, doing the dissolution chambers. Now I do have, if we search here, I went ahead and automated nether bricks. Okay, whenever I set up this recipe, I've got diamond gears. Let me fix this. Let me take off exact. Go ahead and get, well, I'll tell you what, actually, let's get, well, we'll start with one and then we'll move on from there. And then let's go ahead and get ourselves a crafter, not a netherite, just a regular. And then let's get an exporter, and I also want to get an importer. Let me get a chest. And then while we're at it, let's go ahead and just get some item pipes also. And we're going to make a recipe here. Because what I want to be making is the simple machine frame, which requires some latex. So we're just going to put that in there. I actually want these to be plastic specifically. Nether bricks. Okay, so we're going to have this recipe here, and that makes simple machine frame. So let's go ahead and take that. Okay, and I think that's everything that we're going to want. And we'll just pop back over to here. And the building right here, this is going to be one of our first kind of automation spaces for kind of bulk automation. We're going to use those towers, you know, like we talked about. We're going to use those for a lot of things, and we're also going to have some buildings like this just to kind of fill out our base with some stuff kind of moving and doing things. Let's go ahead. Let's see. I think what I'm going to do is, let's see, these aren't going to be like super compact with the way that we're going to set them up, and I want the dissolution chambers to set one higher. So we're going to put in the dissolution chamber here. I did not bring any cables with me. That's okay. And then I want to go ahead and have an importer, and we'll just let this feed the latex for us, because there's really no benefit to not doing that, honestly. We could make a recipe without the fluid, because originally I was thinking of using the exporter to export the latex, but we're going to go ahead and get this ordered. You can see that it's crafting. It's sent the latex for us, but that'll sort it out. And I think that'll be better. Then we can put multiple recipes into a dissolution chamber, and they don't all have to be the same fluid, because especially some of the later fluids, they are they're not going to be used extensively. So latex, it is used a bit, but all right, there we go. Quest completed. We got our simple machine frame. We're going to go ahead and take that. Now over here, there's a few things, but I don't think there's anything that we're going to be making at the moment. So we're just going to move straight on to the mob slaughter factory. Now we're only going to make one of these, so I'm not going to bother automating it. It actually requires a pity machine frame too, for that matter. Let's go ahead and get that. And we'll just kind of move through this stuff. It's not terribly exciting, but like I said, I've been working on something which I think is going to be pretty exciting. That'll be starting up here fairly soon. Which will be kind of, it's going to be nice for me, and I think it'll be nice for you guys too. Kind of a change of pace sort of thing. If we do them, I think it places, yeah, perfect. It places over in that direction. Let me turn this off for right now. So we'll say you're going to run with the redstone signal. Let me go ahead and sleep. Now, right now, we're not going to do anything too crazy for our pink slime setup, but we will expand on this a bit later. And this building is going to see some love. Right now, it doesn't even have a top on it, but that's okay. But what we are going to do, if we set this, let me see, show our working area here. We take a look. Right now, it only covers a 1 block space. We're going to make some upgrades for that. Is there a quest for the upgrades, by the way? No, it doesn't look like it. But we are going to do, let's see, it's basically going to be a 3 range, but then it's also going to have to do the interior. And I'm going to make some recipes teaching it how to make bone meal and also glass panes. Just because we're going to need those. Whoops. And then we can go ahead and make a extra range +3. Let's set this to forge. Forge glass panes, bone meal, redstone. There we go. And it's calling for the bucket of latex. And we'll go ahead and just throw that into there. And then we can get our range add-on. We can just order that and get that made. And while that's crafting up, I really need to do... Are these latex? Yeah, I'll set these up as well for processing speed and efficiency. I'll get those made here pretty soon. But if we throw this in, how big is our range? Perfect. It actually covers the entire room perfectly. Now, there is still a chance they could get out into these little side areas, but I think generally it's still going to see like the other half of them and be able to get them. We might have some mobs build up in there, but overall it shouldn't be an issue for us. Okay, so let's go ahead. The next thing that we're going to want to do is get ourselves a spawner. I think we're just going to go for right now, because all we're going to be getting is pink slime and liquid meat. And this cable, I've got cables that run down through here, but they're not currently plugged up at the moment. But let's go get ourselves a spawner. I think the only one that I've got is a blaze spawner. I'm trying to think of where the closest place to us would be that's got a spawner in it. I don't know, without going dungeon hunting, the quickest way for us to easily get a spawner that would work, let's just pop over here real quick. We're going to do something just for the purpose of finding a quick spawner. I may have found one and maybe not marked it as a waypoint. That is possible. Let's grab ourselves a diamond. We're going to make ourselves a temporary, very, very temporary Twilight Forest portal. Twilight Forest is great. Even if you're not going to do anything else with it, it's a great place to get a lot of spawners. I do plan on, we will do Twilight Forest, probably in the same way that we normally do, where we just kind of hurry through it to get it over with. But I will want access to an assortment of building blocks and stuff. There's quite a few that'll be good for our build as we move forward. So. We'll go ahead and mark this. Well, actually, I think we can just warp home, so I don't think that's all that important. But okay, so let's find ourselves right over here. This is perfect. It only took us like a second. That was like a huge lag spike. Still managed to hit him, though. I'm very, very happy about that. We'll just go in... We'll just go in right here. Let's make sure we've got at least some torches on us. Okay, what do we got? I don't really care. Oh my gosh. So many mobs, I feel like. Alright, well, where's the closest spawner? I've never seen so many mobs spawning. Like, this is actually incredible, to be honest. Alright, let's just run the outskirts, find ourselves a good skeleton spawner. That sounds great. The boots are mine. Okay, and then let's just warp home. I just need one spawner. Doesn't matter what kind. Of course, skeletons, they are going to burn in the sunlight, but that's fine. And we did get some Halloween candy. Unstable intangibleness has been cast on you. And coal sight and luck. It's casting... Ah! That's the Corel Tombstone mod that adds those. By the way, Yieldcraft brought up on the last video that it is the Yeah, there's coal down there. It is Corel Tombstone that adds those ghosts, too. I need to turn this preview off. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so we're going to drop in our skeleton spawner. And there we go. That'll start spawning skeletons for us. Now, I would like to... there's a couple things I would like to add to this, because by default this is going to be not great. We really need to put a nether star on there so it ignores nearby players, and we also need it to ignore spawn conditions, but we do have all the modium for that. Beyond that, we might add some speed to it, but it's not really a huge concern for us. And let's turn this on to ignore, and then here in a second it'll start killing skeletons. Now we can add speed to this as well, which we will do. It just killed one. We got some liquid meat and some pink slime there, and we're going to let that build up. But we are going to have to kill ourselves our very first wither, I do believe. Let's go ahead and grab all the modium though real quick. Speed isn't going to be like super important because it's not going to take long before we have more pink slime than we'll ever know what to do with. And I will want to put a fluid trash can on this, if nothing else, for like the liquid meat. I mean, there's the meat feeder. We're probably not going to use it because we have this, and it's infinite, basically. And it's just a better food, to be honest. So, pretty good chance we won't be making the meat feeder. We will have to for a quest, but beyond that, we don't have a whole lot of need for it. Okay, now, do I have... I do have wither skull fragments, and I have wither skulls. Okay. Yeah, we'll just take these then. I just want to spawn one for right now, just so that we don't have to stay near this. And as far as where to spawn this, I think we're gonna fight it legit. I'm not too worried about dying, and so we're just gonna go down into the mine, I think, and we'll go down one of these tunnels here and just spawn it. There we go. Oh, this coal site. It's actually kind of annoying, not gonna lie. And go. And we'll just burn this guy down. We've still got Confit Bialdi, right? Oh, no, we don't have it. I thought we still had the effect up from that. And now we are unkillable. There we go. And we got our very first nether star. And we got an enchanted voodoo poppet. Prevention of lightning, falling, and darkness. Okay. I mean, falling we're not going to have happen. Lightning, it's like the rarest possible thing, so I'm not too worried about that. But actually, we probably will use that for decorating, to be honest. I think. And our skeletons, they will spawn during the day or night, since we do have all the modium on there. And then there we go, factory ready. And so then if we want to, we can add speed upgrades, but like I said, I'm probably not going to. Because it's really not that important to us to have more of this stuff coming in, to be honest. Alright, so we have quite a bit of liquid meat at this point. I'm going to go ahead and... Let's see. Let's actually just pop down to here. Let me get a bucket of the liquid meat. We're going to add it to the filter there. And then we're going to just go ahead and plug this up. So it knows that liquid meat needs to go into this storage block. You know what? No. I did not set it to whitelist though. Whoops. Let me go ahead and set this to mode whitelist. And I forget these things. I forget that they start on blacklist mode. Let's see. I'll tell you what, we'll just set it to whitelist. We'll go ahead and add the liquid meat. And since right now we're not extracting for this, I'll go ahead and plug that back up. And then we'll just do liquid trash can. Okay, I got that all emptied out again. It does look like the mob slaughter factory does seem like it's auto-voiding the liquid meat after a certain point, so that's good. And let me go ahead and just grab a bucket of that pink slime. That's going to complete a quest for us. We're going to add that in as the whitelist. And then what we can do is, let's grab ourselves an importer. And let me double check, make sure this is good. I'm going to set the priority of this to, say, 100. Not that big of a deal, but just to make sure in case we want to add other storage or something like that, we know that those are already set. And then everything else in here should be good. Now, I'm actually not going to need these cables because our importer will be able to handle it for us. So we'll just put that on right there so it can start pulling these fluids. And let's set it to fluid mode. There we go. It's going to start draining that pretty quickly. And there we go. Perfect. Okay, now let me go ahead, pop over, let's dump these into there, empty out our buckets. We've got plenty of pink slime now. Alright, if we look at our quests, we're going to get pink slime and liquid meat. Can I just dump these? No, unfortunately not. Well, let me just order an importer. Drain that out. They always give us a lot of this fluid. It is kind of nice, though, because it means that if you've got something set up, I guess then you don't have to wait for it to build up. But this pink slime is building up rather quickly. So, but okay, so now we have quite a bit more in there. Go ahead and just dump these. And now we're going to have a quest to make the pink slime ingots, which is this. What we're going to do is, I think we're just going to set up a recipe in here for the pink slime. Whoops. There we go. Create. And yeah, that's going to take a bucket of pink slime. There's also the pink slime balls. We'll go ahead. Let me get, well, we'll just set it to forge glass. And there we go. And that way we can make both of those. We'll go ahead and order 10 more. And I think we can probably get away with just like one dissolution chamber, though we may have to expand if we find that we're ordering a lot of this stuff, especially like an end game. But realistically, we probably won't need to expand, but we'll see. We shall see. Then let me go ahead and order a pink slime ingot. And then we're going to have a quest for the washing factory. This actually isn't that important to us. This is for washing ores, for the ore processing system that Industrial Foregoing adds. We're not interested in that. We'll make one just to complete the quest at some point. But we do have a quest here for the advanced machine frame. So we're going to set up a quick recipe for that. There we go. Advanced machine frame. We may end up upgrading our crafter in this case, just like a gold. But really, I think just one dissolution chamber. Originally, I was thinking like maybe 2, but I don't know. We might just do 2, just for symmetry. But we'll see. We shall see. We're not going to go crazy with the tech stuff, unless we're doing a specific setup. Let's see. Let's go ahead and order that. And then while that's crafting up, then they're going to give us a quest here for like the ore laser and doing the ether gas. We're not going to worry about that right now because there's actually nothing from the ether gas stuff that we're going to use. Now long term we will be doing a couple things with that, but for right now we don't actually need anything from here at present. What we can do now though is go for the material stonework factory somewhere in here. Right here. This is going to take furnace, going to take a crafting table. But there is our advanced machine frame. That's going to complete a quest. What do we get from that? Experience. But let's make a quick recipe for the material Stonework Factory. Now for the gold gears, I want to keep this exact, I think. Let's just go ahead and grab one of these and do that. And then beyond that, I think that's good. So we'll just encode. And what in here do we not already have available? Furnace and pickaxe. So let's go ahead and teach it this. I don't want this to be exact. Any kind of stick will be fine. And then let's do the furnace. And just bear in mind, if it shows up blue, that means that your system can do it, can craft it, or has access to it, that kind of thing. But there we go. And then we can order our very first material Stonework Factory. There is our very first material Stonework Factory. We will be making probably a few of these, but these things are going to be super, super nice for us. Let me see, where do we want to put this? And this is going to mark kind of the end of our first industrial foregoing push, because all the rest of the stuff I don't really care about at the moment. I just wanted to push that just to where we could get up to the material Stonework Factory. We pretty much have access at this point to the majority of the mod. The only exception is really some of the mycelial generator stuff, which we're going to get into later, but not now. The Wither Builder, the Black Hole Controller, and the Supreme Black Hole Unit. None of this stuff that is stuff that we're really all that interested in at the moment. So all the rest of the stuff is available to us. And let's go ahead and order ourselves an external storage, and let's get let's go ahead and get like 3 more of these. Oh, I'm out of iron again. Okay, 1 second. All right, while that iron is smelting up, we're going to go ahead and set up our material stonework, and we're also going to be doing some frame drawers. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to take these, sorry, this way. We're going to do one that's cracked, we're going to do one that's mossy, and then we're going to do 2 regular. And these are 2x1s. I think that's what we're going to go with, because I think it's going to work out the best for us. We're going to put in 1 there, and then we'll do that there and there, I think. And we'll just go ahead and lock these in. And then down here, let's go ahead and open this up, and we are going to put in a drawer controller down here. And this is going to set, we'll go right there. And then we'll go ahead and clip off this bit of cable, and we'll have the importer or the external storage right there. And that all should be good. I think we're going to leave this as insert and extract, I do believe. And then we'll have the material stonework factories just set up above this. And I don't think we're going to have, we're going to need like constant fluid input for most of this that we're going to be doing. Because we're not going to be making, for these first 4, I don't think we're going to be making any of this other stuff at the moment. Because we do have lava generation, but we don't have, we do have water generation, but we don't have our lava generation set up just yet. So we're just going to be making cobblestone. And then we'll set the auto output here in just a moment. Now we are going to need to bring some power over, and hopefully our iron smelted up also, so I'm going to get our other 3 material stoneworks made real quick. So 3 of those, get that going, and then let's get, I've got some basic energy cables over here. We're going to grab those. And you can see it crafting at the moment. Crafting those better. Now, right now, this is going to be kind of slow. We're going to have to get speed upgrades into this, but we will handle that. We're just going to bring power just straight across like that. And then we're going to have to get some water and lava and stuff. There's our 3rd material stonework. So we'll go ahead and take that. So this all seems to be working great, which I'm happy for that. So let's just go ahead, boom, boom, boom. And we're going to put a bucket of water and a bucket of lava into each of these. There we go, they all got lava. And you can see now that these right here are producing well, these are producing circuit plates, which actually we might keep that, in fact. Let me set this not to run for just a moment. And this one we are going to do... let's turn off these back two. And we're just going to go smelting. Actually, just one smelting, in fact. Yeah. So we're going to have one that does smelting, smelting, smelting. And we actually don't need this one, to be honest, because we're not actually... Circuit plates, I can't be smelted for anything, but we're going to go smelting, smelting, smelting on this one. This one, we're going to go cobblestone and smelting there. So, on this one, we're going to take our smooth stone, and let's go ahead and set this back to ignore. We're going to put in the smooth stone, and we're going to put in the circuit plate. And then we're going to say that you push out the bottom on the third inventory and the second inventory. So it's going to start filling smooth stone and circuit plates into this drawer. This one here is going to be doing smooth, old smooth stone and cobblestone. And we're going to say this is going to be the first inventory and the inventory generator. So push and push. So that's going to start filling these. Now, of course, you can go with a 2x2 drawer. Just bear in mind that it's going to take a while to fill these buffers. So it's going to be producing one thing, like in this case, smooth stone, because it's the first in the order. It's going to be filling smooth stone until smooth stone is filled. Then it'll start doing circuit plates because they're getting pushed out before they get a chance to smelt into a circuit plate. So if you do, say, a 2x2 that's doing like a lot of different processes, then it's going to have to kind of work through all of that. So just kind of bear that in mind. It can take a little while to fill these buffers here. I'm going to set these to disabled for right now, just for the time being. And then let me go get just a little bit more water. There's 2 buckets here, and we'll dump those. Okay, now this one, we're going to be making cobblestone, which we are then going to be crushing into gravel. Then that gravel is going to get crushed into sand. I think it's is that the route that I want to take? And then smelt that into glass. Yeah, we're going to go glass and sand from this one. And of course, it's going to be filling the sand before the glass, which is fine. This last one, let me see. The process for silicon is crush, crush, crush for silicon. Now we could do gravel as well. I don't know if there's really anything we want past the silicon. I think it's just crush, crush, crush. Yeah. So what I'm going to do with this one is we're going to say, for right now, we're just going to say first the third inventory, we're going to push out the bottom. This is going to be silicon. Now, once this fills up a little bit, we will put gravel into this one as well. So it'll be producing gravel and silicon. And that way we have most of our basic stuff in here. But I want to let the silicon build up at least a few stacks before I add the gravel. Because right now I want the silicon. Because our current system for silicon is smelting quartz. And that's not something that I want to keep doing, to be honest. Now we will also add things like stone bricks. Because, you know, we use a lot of stone bricks. We'll add some stuff like that. We'll actually be setting up quite a few of these. This is going to be the main thing that's going to be set up across this room. We will be doing obsidian plates. We'll be doing our other types of stone, andesite, polished andesite, that sort of stuff. We'll be doing stuff like diorite, dolomite, and we'll be doing stuff like the cracked bricks, the regular bricks. A lot of this stuff that we actually build with a lot. We'll definitely be doing those. Maybe keep sandstone, you know, just quite a few things in here. I don't care about doing all the compressed blocks and all that. I will look at some of these because if it's something, well, material stonework, if we're doing compressed cobble, it's not the fastest way. So, and then we'll of course do the netherrack line of stuff, the gabbro, the granite, and whatnot. So we'll end up needing, I'm going to say probably 8 more of these, something like that. to get everything in place. But this is the main things that we need right now. So this is the most important stuff. And that's pretty much going to be the main thing for right this second that we're going to be pulling from industrial foregoing. There's some other stuff in here that we will end up using, but none of it is super important to us at the moment. So I think we'll stop with industrial foregoing for now. And so next episode then we'll be switching gears over to something else. Which probably next episode we will be spending the episode, I imagine, covering automating some mana and artifice stuff, because now that we've got that stuff, I just basically wanted more than anything the stone coming in automatically. Of course, we can craft it with essences, but I don't want to have essences kind of be the staple of all of our systems. So getting a proper cobble works up and going was pretty important. But then come next episode, we will be automating some mana and artifice stuff. We'll be covering a bit with that. I do want to spend like an episode, possibly two, doing mana and artifice automation on camera, since it is a fairly newer mod, and since automating it is a little bit more involved than with most things. You know, it's not as simple as what we did this episode for sure. So, but that's the plan for next episode. But anyways, I hope you guys did enjoy the episode. Like I said, there is something that'll be coming out, starting up in the next few days, which I am quite excited to get on to. It's something that, you know, I had mentioned a while back that I wanted to do, and I think it's time that we got started with it. And I hope it interests you guys. I'm not gonna say much more than that, but it'll be something fun. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, as always, be sure and hit that like button and go ahead and subscribe if you're not already to stay updated with when new videos come out. And I hope to see you guys next time. So until then, as always, do take care, stay safe. I'll see you guys then.